There are a lot of things that I don't know. Probably first and foremost is I have no idea what I'm doing with this video. See, the problem is that I don't have video software to edit this on, so I kind of have to have it in one go, and it's been a nightmare so far. Here we are, take 15. That's not the actual number. I don't know how many there were. But the point is that there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. The problem is that a lot of the stuff that I don't know has to do with me. I'm not in some telenovela. I don't have amnesia. I haven't forgotten these things. These are things that I may have never known in the first place. I'm going to start off with the things that I do know. I know that my name is Ashley. I know that I am in my 30s. I am married to a wonderful man and have been for 10, almost 11 years. We have 2 wonderful children together who annoy me a lot, but I love them all the same. They are 5 and 4. I had some bright idea that we should have them close together. We did. Still trying to figure out if that was a good idea or not. I know that religiously I am pagan, but I don't scream it from the rooftops. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just a part of who I am. I also know that I get really embarrassed really easily, and I will turn red for no reason. I am Irish. Politically, I'm independent, but I tend to vote more Democratic because that aligns with how I think the country should be run more often than not. I also know I'm in therapy. I know my life would not be what it is today without therapy. I also know that I'm battling some pretty big demons. The first demon is PTSD. I did not receive this from war. I did not receive it while I was in the military. I was on a kind of different battlefield, and that was the battlefield of childhood abuse. I have a parent who is narcissistic, and even though that term gets thrown around a lot, there is an actual disorder called narcissistic personality disorder, and it is something that affects people around the person who suffers from it. One of my parents is narcissistic, and with that comes gaslighting and manipulation. So for most of my childhood, I was made to feel marginalized, non-existent. I had to do certain things a certain way, and I was made to feel like I was a liar, that I was making things up, amongst a plethora of other things. That's not necessarily why I'm here, though. Another demon is that I am bipolar. I suffer with bipolar disorder, which is characterized by intense mood swings, typically going from the lowest of lows, which is depression, to the highest of highs, which is mania. Mania is a little bit different for everybody. For me, mania is I got $1 million idea, and then, oh my God, I have to do this, and I have to do this now, and I need $20,000 in order to do it, and I will never have to work another day in my life, and my husband will be so goddamn happy that this happened, because then he won't have to work, even though he likes working, because it gets him away from me when I end up in this phase. I don't sleep. My mind doesn't shut off. I think every idea is a good idea. I've driven myself into debt. I have overdrawn our bank account more than I can even imagine. And I don't hold on to the credit card because I will use it and it will be bad. I also have anxiety disorder. It's not the most severe case, but it's not mild either. I'll panic over nothing. My brain will decide that somebody has looked at me the wrong way. and that they are judging me. And because I am being judged so harshly by this person who I don't know, I start having a panic attack. It's not fun. It is walking around wondering when the other shoe is going to drop. It is shaking and heart palpitations, and I can't take anything for it because that makes me a zombie. And if I turn into a zombie, I can't care for my children. That can be a pretty dangerous place to put myself, especially when my husband's deployed. It's me and my kids. If I have a panic attack, it can be bad. These aren't always the easiest things to talk about, so please bear with me. I also have OCD, although I don't suffer from the compulsions. I suffer from obsessive thinking. This is when a thought gets put in your head, and it picks and picks and picks and picks and picks at your brain. This can go for hours to days, where I will completely obsess over something that isn't really a big deal. But in my mind, it is a big deal. It's an issue, and it needs to be taken care of. Now, it can be something like, I forgot to load the dishwasher. And until I get back home, I will be obsessing about the dirty dish sitting in the sink. Normally my thoughts are not that clear cut or that PG-13. Part of what I deal with is suicidal ideation. Now, suicidal ideation is different than suicidal action. Suicidal ideation means that I sit here and I think about dying. I think about suicide. This happens often. I have very little self-esteem, and I have absolutely zero self-worth. I do believe that people around me would be better off if I was not here. I say I do believe, but that's my disease talking. That's not me. I know people would not be better off without me here, but my brain doesn't. It fights against me, and it's very, very, very tiring. All of this together means that I'm constantly fighting a battle every second of every day. Therapy has helped a lot, and I'm on medication too. Medication that will be a lifelong item in my life. I can't imagine not being on it anymore. No, that's not exactly true. I ran out of medication and was worried about being an inconvenience to my psychiatrist last month, and I kind of went cold turkey off my mental health meds, which you are not supposed to do at all, for good reason. It's not pretty when I'm off my meds, so I do what I can to stay on it. Why am I doing this, though? Why am I putting my life out there, especially when I fear criticism or judgment so fucking much? Because I also speak out. It is a part of me. It's a part of who I am, at least for the last 2 years. I enjoy being open about the struggles that I have, especially with my mental health. Mental health has such... See, there's that tripping over the words I told you I was going to do, but can't go back and fix because I don't have the software to edit it. But mental health is highly stigmatized in the United States, even if it seems like it's almost low-key. We like to say it's okay to get help. We like to say there's nothing wrong with being on medication. But the second somebody finds out that you are, they look at you in a different light. You are automatically branded that person that they know that has that disorder and has to take this medication in order to even be normal. But the question is, what is normal? There's no such concept. Normal would imply that everybody is the exact same and that we come off of an assembly line made like we are being cut out by a cookie cutter. And we aren't. We are all different. We have different interests and hobbies, and we look different. There's different skin tones and religions and haircuts and colored eyes, and no two people are exactly the same. It comes down to our thumbprints even, unless you're an identical twin, in which case, I'm sorry to say, there really are kind of two of you, but even you guys can have a difference in opinion. My point is, in the United States, we say one thing and we do another. We say not being okay is okay. But our actions say, but is it really? It is okay to not be okay. I want to say that right now. My name is Ashley Taylor, and I am not okay. I will never be okay. I will forever suffer with PTSD, bipolar disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and OCD. These are things that I can improve, but I will never be fixed of. And that's okay. We all have our own fucked up moments in life. We all have that one thing that happened in our childhood that shaped how we view this other thing while we're adults. As much as our parents try, they fuck us up. Some in a completely different level than others. It happens. We have coping mechanisms that might not be the best. You might drink. I smoke. It's a horrible habit, and I do want to stop. But I'm not at that place yet. I am doing this because shining a light on mental health is important to me. If I didn't get the help that I got when I did, I wouldn't be where I am. And what I mean by that is that I literally would not be sitting here in front of you in this house. Now, that's not to say that I would not exist, because I suffer with ideation, not action. But there is a moment in everybody's life that, not everybody's life, but there is a moment where people who do have mental illness kind of have this catalyst. And something happens, and they're like, oh shit, something needs to change. My oh shit moment came 3 years ago when my husband asked me for a divorce. I knew I had bipolar disorder a lot longer. We had been married 7 years. I knew since I was 16. But I also decided I don't have bipolar disorder and ignored it. The problem is it got out of control. And the more out of control that it got, the worse my marriage got. The problem is I was blind to all of it. I didn't know. I didn't realize that I was leaving my husband to do the job outside of the house, the job inside of the house, and raise another child. Me. I didn't see it until I had that wake-up moment. I've been in therapy since. My marriage is a lot stronger now than it is then. Or was then, I should say. I'm doing this so that people know that they're not alone. Like I said before, I have little self-esteem and almost no self-worth. This means inside me, I feel like I have very little power. The kind of power that it takes to enact large changes in my own life. What's funny though is that I do have the power to be vocal. I do have the power to tell my story to you. The reason I have this power is because I'm hoping that I reach just one person. That something I say helps one person. That's all I need. I don't even need to know about it. I just want somebody to get help when they need it, or to know that they're not going crazy. They're not insane for feeling like they're alone, because you're not. But mental health is exceptionally isolating. I am here. I have mental illness, and it is okay to not be okay. I'm going to use this channel as a platform to talk more about my own mental illness and the progress that I'm making in it. I'm hoping that through transparency and me being as raw and honest as I can might help somebody else. So, thank you for sticking around for the last almost 16 minutes. I appreciate it. I know it was long-winded, but I do sincerely appreciate it and hope that somebody somewhere sees this that needs to in the moment that they need to. Thank you.